guys, Britto here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 and Seasons mod here at Ravenport, part number 3, I believe we're up to. So yesterday we planted our canola over here. It's germinated. It's currently not growing at the moment. 14% crop moisture, 10% ground moisture, which is going to be a bit of an issue, I think. Go for a quick drive over to our other fields. We're able to have a little bit of a look and see what sort of sort of moisture these guys are. I think they're probably going to be around about the same, 10%. And plants are going to be 14%. So there's a potential here that we're going to go through a little bit of a drought, and some of this is going to start to die off. So fingers crossed we get a little bit of rain. So today I've purchased, I've only got 80,000 left, so we need to try not to spend too much more money. I've purchased a mower, as you can see there, next to our tractor there, and I've also purchased a windrower. So I'm going to do a little bit of mowing today, and hopefully look at getting a baler as well, and see how we go. Let's have a quick look at our weather forecast. So we've got no rain. So 2, 3, potentially 4 days away we've got some rain. So 3, 4 days away. We really need some moisture in the ground. Otherwise our crops may not survive very long. So our first planting of our crops could be a failure. Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens, I suppose. Just like anything else in farming, in real life farming, there's no guarantees that what you're doing is actually going to work. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we never know. I'm going to have a quick look at the map. See, so we own all the way down to that dirt road up there, but I don't think I want to mow that far. Certainly want to get rid of all these bushes as well, so it's certainly something I'm going to do. Get rid of all these bushes that we don't need anymore. I don't know if us cutting the grass now when it's not fully grown does affect the yield or not. I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'd like to start cutting some of this grass, start to windrow it, and then we can actually come back and hopefully bale it. I probably might need to take out a bit of a loan to buy a baler, or maybe even just lease the baler, because we're not going to have it permanently, I don't think, but I can lease a baler and a wrapper in one, the baler wrapper combo, which is probably what we're going to need to do, and then go from there, see what happens. Hopefully be able to get some bales out of these, and get some silage bales, and even go and sell some, make some money. It's sort of what we need to do, because if our crops fail, we need a backup plan. Obviously we can't buy any cattle yet, but that's obviously something I'm going to look at as well. Maybe even just get one cow, and see what we're sort of going to need to do to keep him alive. Certainly going to need some straw and stuff like that, so we're going to need some sort of crop. Otherwise it's just, yeah, they're not going to have any bedding or anything like that. I don't know if that'll affect the production, because as I said, Seasons is a little bit different to the normal Fs19 side of things, what we're used to, so sort of just going to have to play it by ear and just test it and see what happens. Not quite sure how it's all going to work. I still haven't read through that list of stuff that I said I was going to read through. For you guys that are regulars to the channel, you know that I just got a new job in the mining industry. I now work a week at a time, so I'm a week at work, a week at home. So I'm recording this the day that I leave to go to work. The day that I leave to go to the hotel, get ready for work tomorrow. So I'm sort of trying to punch out a few recordings before I leave. That way, I've got a full week of recordings for you guys. That way, when I'm not home, I've still got something to watch. So I haven't had time to read through it yet, but I definitely do need to take some time and actually read through it all. Alright, this is quite hard to see. Grass that we have cut and haven't cut. It's really not ideal, I don't think, with having all these weeds and stuff around. It does make it quite hard to see. So once I've cut this and windrowed it and collected the grass, I'm certainly going to get rid of all these weeds in the area. We should be able to see it a lot easier then. So I can see where I've cut now. It's just amongst all those weeds and stuff that makes it quite difficult. Alright, so let's get this little area done here. This will be one section done. Then we can, I think I'll look at possibly getting another tractor to hook up to the windrower, get this side windrowed, because I want to purchase one cow and see what he's going to need to survive. Now with seasons, because we can only fill it up to last 7 days, we certainly need to make sure that we have enough stock on hand. It's not like normal Fs19 where we can cut grass every single day. Now we don't have that luxury, so things are probably going to be a little bit different as far as that's concerned. Shut that guy down. We'll go and grab this guy. Grab our windrow, which should be down there next to the house. I don't have anywhere to store it yet. This fertilizer now is empty. I'm going to leave it empty because I may need to spray some weeds. The tank has still got fertilizer in it, so I think that might be something I do. Just use the back sprayer and not worry about a tank, because once we get to that point where we're going to need weed spray, we're going to have to sort of dump out the fertilizer and stuff, which isn't, obviously it's not a massive issue, but easier if we didn't have to. I don't even think we're picking up any grass here. Right, I might go around this guy, start up this end. If I was actually cutting any grass then, it was very minimal. That road is quite rough there too, we have to smooth that out. Alright, there we go. Still run down this way. Certainly see it now that it's been windrowed. Made it a lot darker. If it does rain now though, then we will have some dramas with losing the grass off the ground. So hardly any of this is actually grass. Like, it's very minimal. I'm actually windrowing at the moment, so I don't even know if this is going to be worthwhile at this point in time without actually painting the grass textures down. You can see it's very, very minimal. So maybe just we need to collect it into a loading wagon and have it ready for our cows when we need them. Oh, we need to go to ×5 again. I keep forgetting. I usually put it down to ×1 when I exit the game. That way if I need to look around and get my bearings again before I start recording, I'm sort of not missing anything. I think just getting a loading wagon will be fine for now. I'm not going to worry about doing any silage bales. We're not getting enough grass, so I'm going to have to spend a little bit of money and paint the grass textures in, because it's, you can see we're not getting a great deal of grass, which is fine. It's probably not fully grown yet, so we're probably going to have to wait for the other sides to grow before we start to mow. But I think it'll be a good idea if we actually get rid of all these weeds and stuff. That'll certainly be the better option for us. At least that way I can sort of work out where I do and don't want to actually windrow and collect grass and that sort of stuff. So alright, so one run back up and that'll be it. I don't think we're going to get a great deal of grass out of this. I don't have double yield turned on. It is just the standard Fs19 seasons mod yield and stuff. So I'm thinking, because of the way that it grows different stages, if we cut it too early, we may not get anywhere near as much grass as we probably would normally get. So if we go into here, go to grass, you can have a look. It's only yellow, so there's still 2 more growth states for the grass. So I'm thinking probably should leave it a few more days and see what happens. But as I said, I want to paint in some grass textures, get rid of a lot of these weeds. I just hate the way the weeds are. So let's look at that now. There we go, grass texture. Probably not going to worry about this field right now. But let's paint all around here and around this field. Certainly try not to paint the field itself, because we will lose part of the field and the crop as well. So need to be pretty careful. This shouldn't cost us anything either. As you can see, it's not costing us any money because it's already the grass texture. It's only when we change it from the grass texture to the dirt texture, or dirt to grass, as you can sort of see now we're losing a little bit of money, is when it starts to actually cost us any money at all. So just sort of fill in through this area there. So all this area, like, I would like to paint all up through here. I'm going to paint all around here. So I hate having the weeds everywhere. A few weeds here and there isn't too bad, but try and avoid them if we can. So it's gonna cost us a little bit of money to get all this done, but I'm not too concerned. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look through here. Paint all those textures in there. So that should, see, the grass is sort of there ready to grow again now. Let's paint up along this road. That's really going to matter. We're probably not going to go mowing through there anyway. Paint all down the back of here, through there. Alright, I think we should be able to go right to the top of here. So this is potentially, like a fair bit of grass that we can actually begin to cut once it comes to that stage. So this is probably going to cost us, I don't know, $5,000 or $10,000, but I think in the long run it should be worth it. I'm hoping. Let's bring up the bigger paint tool. Paint all this area with grass. So to give us some more stuff to be able to cut. Paint all down the side of the field here and down through here in towards sort of the back of the house. Alright, so let's paint. It's going to cost us more than 10,000. It's costing us quite a fair bit at the moment. Alright, I don't mind having some weeds like this around the house. Let's get rid of some of the field. Try and get rid of most of the weeds. So I know not everyone's going to agree with me painting over all these weeds and stuff, but hopefully in the long run it'll work out better for us. I'm not going to worry about these areas because we probably will end up going over them anyway. See what happens. So all that area there now, once that grows, have a look, the growth stage, we should be able to get a decent amount of grass. We're just going to need to wait for it to grow now. Let's bump our speed up to say times 60. We don't really have much else we're going to be doing at the moment. Have a look at loading wagons. I don't really want to buy one because they are quite expensive, as you can see. We could probably just lease one. It's a couple of $1,000s. So that didn't. It did. Got the Senate to here. That's fine. So we'll just lease one for a couple of $1,000, and then we can look at getting our first cow. We don't have any straw, but we'll have some grass. We'll have some water. If we need to, we can purchase a straw bale and just use that for the time being. Just throw one straw bale in there for the one cow and see how it goes. So of course, if we need anything, we can purchase the bales. So as a last resort, purchasing bales. Try not to, because obviously it can be quite expensive. So it'd be best to be able to start producing your own bales eventually. So we'll keep the loading wagon at the farm for now because we're going to need it for our wheat if and when it actually germinates and starts growing properly. It's already germinated, but it just hasn't started growing quite as much. It's sort of just sitting where it is now, so there's very little drought resistance in the size of the crop at the moment, so we need a little bit of rain. I don't know if there's a mod we can use. It'd be good if we could use the irrigation mod to be able to irrigate our fields with actually good water, to get the water base up, the moisture base up. But at this point in time, the irrigation system just does fertilization, I think. I don't think it actually classes it as water or anything. So until the developer of the seasons actually makes something that we can actually fill with water and spray on the field, or even fill up our fertilizer tank with water and spray our fields with water, I think we just have to rely on Mother Nature to sort of take care of us. Right, so that's pretty much all the grass. Bring it over to here. This is our dump point, of course, but I don't know if it'll actually allow us to dump grass in here. Very, very minimal. As you can see, we don't have any cows at all at the moment, so let's run around and we'll grab one cow and see how we go. So we've got the Limousin. It's expensive but feed efficient animal, meaning it will grow very quickly and give a great price at the market. We've got the Sailor, cheaper option, which is not by much. Higher marbling carcasses, so I guess it's more like an Angus beef, I guess. A Wagyu beef, I should say, with all the marbling inside the meat. With a game potential and good carcass. So we could do Brahmins, but I think we'll go with the Limousin. Right, beautiful. Go to our animal side of things. So 80% health, age 0.6 years, next animal none. Water, straw, grass. So it doesn't need any more grass. We've got enough. Moo. Enough. I know it needs a smidgen more, but so there's really not it's not taking too much grass, but that's fine. I'll store this away. We'll pick up our water trailer and we'll take some water up to him. As I said, we might need to grab a straw bale. I'm hoping we don't need to use like a blower, straw blower, to actually spread the straw. Depending on how the mod works, we might just be able to push the straw bale into it. So let's go bales. Let's go straw, buy one. Does he need? We could probably give him a. Ooh, health is dropping already. Give him a hay bale as well. We'll see what happens. So he's got no water. That's probably the main thing. Is to get the water in there straight away. Slow the speed down. So the water should be on this side. Certainly looks like he's grazing, so that's the main thing. It's very minimal water. Then, so let's drop you off. See if we can push the baler out the other side. Hopefully it accepts it. So we are really going to need to get like a storage area for bales, so we can make some hay bales, some grass bales, silage bales, a bit of everything. I don't know if it's going to accept it. Maybe not. I know it did. Probably really should be going into here and going front loader, grabbing you and bale spike. Just gotta have the front loader attachment. This one doesn't. It's our other tractor that does. So we'll reverse this guy back down and grab our water trailer and put it away. And then we can have a look at it. Actually, we can probably just leave it over here. And it's really not going to matter too much. Spin it around. You guys also let me know, you guys, if you're playing Fs19 on the PC, you guys having any issues with the loading of games and saving and exiting out of the game and quitting out of the game back to Windows? You having any dramas? Because I seem to have an issue where my screen just goes black, just sits there and does nothing for a while, and then finally exits the game properly. So I don't know what the issue is. If it's my computer, if it's since a new update, not quite sure, to be honest. I'll drop this guy into here. So we'll go and grab our front loading attachments, grab our straw bale, and hopefully it'll accept it. Don't want to have to purchase a blower or anything like that, because it's extra money that we really don't have at the moment. Let's pick up our straw bale. It's only a little John Deere 5R, but hopefully it works. Okay. No straw. quite sure even where the straw would go. Let's have a look at the pen. Maybe further up. Sort of where the hay bale's sitting. Let's have a look. No. Okay. Quite sure we might need to actually get straw blower. I don't know what the difference is with all these guys. That might be for round bales. That might be for square. Not sure what the difference is. They all look exactly the same. Right, let's lease it. We'll see what happens. It's sort of new to me to have to do this. I usually just put loose straw in everywhere. So it's something completely new. Let's try and so drop that guy in there. Go in there. Okay, alright, I need to drop this off, I think. I think there's a certain way that this needs to be done. No, can't connect from that side. It must be around the other side then, I'm thinking. Oops. Alright, this is all new to me, so for those of you who are sitting at home face palming at the moment, we should be able to connect to this somehow. Like through the front here. Okay, alright, let's have a look at that guy. That looks like a front loader attachment on the side there. So does that one. So let's lease that one and see. They both look exactly the same, so I don't know. Oh, wrong button. Tip side. Tip side unload. Straw blower. So we should be able to. See, I don't know. I thought we'd be able to disconnect it, but. There's really nothing else that we can do, so. Disconnect this guy, grab our bale fork again, try and load this guy in. This certainly is very entertaining, isn't it? Face palm issues. It's probably nearly as bad as my water irrigation attempt. Just got a hold of the bale, not by much. Let's try and drop it in where it's meant to go. Right, now if I can drop this down. need some weight in the rear. Let's see if I can at least get ourselves around there. See what happens. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to lease one of the bigger trailers, because at least I know how they work. Oh, there we go, starting overloading. So that's sort of, that is really weird how that works. I thought it would have worked a little bit different, but anyway, leave that there. That one works. So, which one was that? I don't know which one it was. That one, beautiful. So how is he now? 69%. He's got no total mixed but everything else he's got. So hopefully he will start to feel a little bit healthier. Let's pump our speed back up again to 60. We'll let's keep an eye on him and see how he goes. He certainly needs a bit more moisture. I think our crop may fail. These two, canola crop and the oat crop as well. I mean, the ground temp's good, but I just think everything else is sort of not at the right level at the moment. So there's a potential that the crops will fail. So we get through to 2 o'clock. Have a look and see how he's doing. Shut you down. Still 69%. It's 281 kilos. I wonder what they were before. It's probably going to take a little bit of time for him to grow, of course. Let's bump our speed up to 120 and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys could hear me alright. Back this guy in, swing over there, have a look. It's at 9.35, so his price has actually dropped. So we need to get his health up a little bit. Can we not? I thought we could scan the cows. Huh, maybe not. Moo. Alright, what's he doing now? Still 69%. I'm not quite sure. Let's this might be stupid, but let's get another one. Oh, they're both the same price. Okay, so they drop. It's not going to let us scan them. Both 281. They're both 74%. So the health isn't too bad. Now the straw is going to looks like it's going to disappear pretty quick. By the looks of that, producing a little bit of manure. No milk, of course. So what I might need to do is get this tractor sort of at the end of every day. I think we probably should need to make sure that our cows are fully fed, fully watered, all that sort of stuff. Otherwise we will probably end up running into some issues. As I said, it's seasons 2019. It's all a learning curve for me, possibly for you guys as well. But we're probably learning all this together. Great demand at the spinnery, which doesn't really bother us at all because we've sort of got nothing to sell at the spinnery anyway. So if we just leave this blower sort of sitting over here, it should work out alright. So it'll sort of just fill up our store again. So they don't seem to be eating any hay or grass at the moment. What about our water? I mean, our water's still pretty good. So, I guess I will slow time. So let's speed it up until we've got like a minute to go to 1959. There we go, and I'll rest for 11 hours. We'll see what happens. Alright, jump down. Let's have a look at our map as well. So it looks like they're both growing. So the germination hasn't failed. Still only 10% water though. I don't know if fertilizing actually gives us any moisture content. I don't think it would. Alright, let's sleep 11 hours. So we'll always come back at 7 AM the next day. 4, 5, 6, 7 AM. Up bright and early. Let's go and check out this field. %, moisture content, 9% ground moisture. So certainly I don't think it's growing as quick as it should be. We still need to wait for some more water, pretty much. There's not much else we can do at this point in time except just continue to skip time and just keep an eye on our cows. I think this has grown a little bit, 33%. So it's not too bad. I said I don't know if I come through and fertilize if that makes a difference or not. Let's look at our cows again. 75%, 302 kilos. So they're putting on some weight, which is good. We'll go and see what their value is now. 968. So still need them to go a little bit ways yet before you can even think of trying to sell them. Let's do some painting around the fields and try not to paint over the field like I just did. We should have done this before, but I think that grass was actually dried out then. Wasn't even tethered, but it looked like it had dried. Get rid of all these weeds. Nice and careful around the field. Oh, there we go. Much better. At least we sort of know where we can actually mow now. A little bit behind that tree, it's a little bit there. Alright, good. So it's just the straw again we need to keep an eye on. 302 kilos, what were they to start with? Like 290 something? It's probably going to take a fair bit of time. 281, so certainly putting on some weight. The health is going to be quite important as well. I don't think there's any like animal stuff in here as such. So if we haven't planted now, we've only got one more day before we need to plant. So we certainly need to plant in spring and see what happens, but I just don't think this is 33 and 13. Let's jump in this guy. So I can test it out, spray a little bit and see what happens, but I don't think that'll improve our ground moisture. If it did, that would be really, really good. Because we are fertilizing, we are adding water, and obviously poop to the ground, so it should add to the ground moisture. Potentially slurry would do that. So let's just do one run this way. I know it's not going to make any difference as far as the spraying goes. Alright, let's open the sides. Let's have a look. 9%, 13%, so no, it doesn't make a difference, which I thought that's how it would be anyway, so it's really no surprise. Alright, can we fill... We shouldn't be able to fill this with water, but that'll be good if we could. We could fill these guys with water. Where are we? Open cover. No, can't fill it with water. If we could and spray the field, put a bit of moisture in it, that would be amazing. That would be one thing I'd like to see. That way we're sort of always keeping the moisture levels up. Maybe our well, that's our well there, maybe that should give us a certain amount of water per hour from the well. Once it's all gone, we need to actually purchase water from somewhere, so we're not actually getting it all for free. I think would be really, really good. Alright, so we need to get this guy again. So they're really not, they're not using their water at all, which is interesting. Really thought they would have by now, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, so let's unload a little bit more. We should try and get it a bit closer to the fence. At least make it look like it's spitting in there. There we go, drop it down. I think we'll do the same again once we get to 7 o'clock. We'll just skip through 12 hours and we'll see how we go. Certainly not getting anywhere at the moment as far as our crops and stuff go, I don't think. Well, they're growing, but they're taking some time to grow. They're all growing, there's no failed germination, there's no weeds as yet, so that's a good thing. Any jobs? Plenty of fertilizing jobs. Heaps of fertilizing jobs, so there's something we could be focusing on as well. You guys let me know if we think we should focus on some fertilizing jobs. Sort of while we're waiting. You know, that's going to be a good amount of income for us. We can send our tractor over there, we can set up course play, we can let it just do its thing while we're doing other stuff. Just go from field to field to field and make a little bit of money that way. I think that's a good idea, but you guys let me know what you guys think. If you think we should start doing some jobs on the side. 7 AM. Still no rain. Ground temp is 8 degrees. 7 degrees Celsius air temp. 17% growth, 18% crop moisture. I wonder what our other field over here is going to be like. Have a look at our grass too. Where are we? Still not at that dark stage yet, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Quickly run over and check out these other fields, and also dump off some straw. Alright, let's check this guy out. 33%, 18% crop moisture. It should be the same. Yeah, so we've got grass texture there, looks a fair bit different, doesn't it, compared to what it did before. It sort of looks like it's dried a fair bit. Alright, 9% ground moisture. So we really need to hope for some rain soon, which should be today, I think. Look at our forecasts. No, tomorrow. We're getting midnight tonight, tomorrow morning. Looks like there might be some forecasted rain. So let's skip through again a little bit more. Ooh. Let's keep these guys full up with straw. 322 kilos, 75%. So I don't know if the total mixed ration has anything to do with these guys and their health. Would that make their health more if they had total mixed ration? Possibly. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Still only worth 982, so we're still not making any money, but I said they're slowly growing. They're still not using any water. It's only the straw. So I'm not quite sure if there's a bug in the system, or maybe it's just that modded version building doesn't quite fit. Not quite sure. But radio guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, and let me know if you've been enjoying this series so far and what you want to see from here on out, and if you think we should do some jobs off camera while we're waiting for things to happen. Let me know. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.